Hello everyone, welcome back to the Electrical Circuits and Network. In the previous sessions, we have discussed the various techniques to reduce a given circuit to a single resistance, like resistors connected in series, resistor connected in parallel, then source transformation technique, then star to delta and delta to star transformation. In this session, we are going to discuss Kirchhoff's current law. Okay, and we will solve the numerical based on this Kirchhoff's current law, which is also known as KCL. So let's get started. These are the answers commented for the task which was given in the previous session. Okay, so we will discuss this and we'll see what is the correct answer. Okay, this was the question which was given in the previous session, where this is the delta and inner star, and we have to find the RAB value. RAB, the resistance seen between A and B points. Okay, that means this will be the A point and this will be the B point. If you stand here and see between the points A and B, what will be the value of RAB, we have to find out here. Okay. So, in the previous session, we already discussed how to convert the given delta to its equivalent star, or given star to its equivalent delta. So, for reducing the circuit to a single resistor RAB, we have to first convert this inner star to its equivalent delta. So, that will be, we will draw with dotted line. Okay, this will be the inner delta, which is the transformation of the star. The star is converted to now delta. Okay, and suppose these are the R1 values. This is R2 and this is R3. Okay, so let's calculate this. As the resistors connected in inner star are identical, 2 ohm, 2 ohm and 2 ohm. So the value of R1 will be equals to R2 will be equals to R3 in its equivalent delta. Okay, so R1 value, here R1 is connected between this A and B points, this A and B points. So it will be delta R upon R, and delta R is the sum of product of two resistances each time. That means 2 into 2 plus 2 into 2 plus 2 into 2 divided by third resistor, which is not connected to that point. So A and B is not connected to this resistor, so this will be the 2. This 4 plus 4 plus 4, 12 divided by 2 is nothing but 6 ohm. So the values of R1, R2 and R3 will be 6 ohm. Okay, now let's redraw the circuit. Here this is outer delta we have. With 6 ohm, and this is also 6 ohm. This is A point, this is B, and this is C. We want this RAB. Okay, now the inner star we have converted to delta. So this will be converted delta. And this each value R1, R2, R3 is what? 6 ohm. So this will be the 6 ohm, again this 6 ohm, and this is also 6 ohm. Now see here, the 6 ohm and 6 ohm are connected in parallel. The 6 and 6 are connected in parallel, so 6 and 6 are connected in parallel. So 6 ohm connected in parallel with 6 ohm. What will be its equivalent? As 6 and 6 are same and connected in parallel, so its equivalent will be its half, so 3 ohm. Okay, also we can calculate with our expression that 6 into 6 divided by 6 plus 6 is nothing but 3 ohm only. Now it is 3 ohm. So let's redraw the circuit again. here. Now these are the A, B and C points. This is A point, this is B and this is C point. We want this RAB. Always write this. So this 3 ohm, this 3 ohm and this 3 ohm. Okay, we want this value. So we are observing from this point and we want the value of resistor, single resistor between this A and B point. So we cannot change this A and B points. So we cannot merge this 3 ohm with this 2. Okay, so first we will do reduce this circuit. Okay, and this 3 ohm and 3 ohm are connected in series. Okay, suppose we have given here current I, then it will be distributed in these two paths. Okay, and this current will be same as this current, and again here this one is, suppose this is I1 and I2, this will be the I1, this is also I1, this is also I1, and this is this is I2, this I2 and this will be the I1, and here I current will be the sum of I1 and I2. That means this is the point at which the current is distributing through this path, and here this is the point where currents are coming, okay, coming out from this B point. So that means this 3 ohm and 3 ohm, as the current flowing through them is same, so 3 ohm are connected in series, so its equivalent will be 3 plus 3, 6 ohm. Okay, let's redraw the circuit again. This way we have 3 ohm, this A point, this B point. Now C point is now removed because this 3 ohm merged together as a 6 ohm. So here 6 ohm will be connected between the same point A and B. This is 6 ohm and we want this RAB. So because the 6 ohm and 3 ohm are connected to the same points A and B, so RAB will be 6 ohm connected in parallel with 3 ohm. So 6 into 3 divided by 6 plus 3 is nothing but 2 ohm. Okay, and this is the right answer. This is the correct answer for the given task in the previous session. Okay. So let's start with our today's session, where before going to discuss the KCL, first we will discuss the basic terms related to this. The node and junction. The node is the common point in a network at which two or more branches meet. The node is a common point in a network at which two or more branches meet. And the junction is also a common point in a network at which three or more branches meet. Okay. Suppose consider this is a circuit. This is the given circuit where this R1, R2, R3, R4, R5 and R6 with this voltage supply are connected to each other. Then observe here, this is the A point at which this R1 branch, R5, R4 and R2 are connected. At this B, R2 and R3 are connected. At C point, R3, R4, R6 are connected. And at D, R5, R6 and this voltage branch is connected. Okay, so these are A, B, C, D are called as nodes where two or more branches meet. Where see here C point and A point and D point. C, A and D points are also called as junction because there at least three branches are meeting. This is the meeting point for three or more branches. This is the meeting point for two or more branches. Okay, so A, B, C, D are the nodes, and within that A, C and D are the junctions. Okay. Now What is Kirchhoff's current law? The Kirchhoff current law, which is popularly known as KCL, states that sum of the currents directed into any node in a circuit is equal to the sum of the currents coming out of same node. The KCL states that the sum of currents directed into any node is equal to the sum of current coming out of same node. That means, suppose this is a node, then current coming is suppose I, and current is leaving is suppose I2, and this is I1. Then always I1 will be equal to I2. I1 will be equal to I2. That means summation of currents at node n, summation of currents entering at node n equals to summation of currents leaving at node n at the same node. Also, in another words, we can say the algebraic sum of all currents entering or leaving a node must be equal to 0. The summation of current entering and leaving to the node is equal to 0. That means I1 minus I2 equal to 0. Always remember that we assign the values for incoming and outgoing current. For incoming, we assign value positive, and for outgoing, negative value. So I1 is incoming at the node, so positive I1, and I2 is leaving the node, so minus I2. Okay, so I1 minus I2 equal to 0, and from this equation we can write I1 is equal to I2 because I2 is shifted here on the right hand side. So I1 is equal to I2. That means current entering is equal to current leaving. This is the statement by KCL. Okay. Here, suppose this is the node, suppose node X, and at which 4 branches are there. This is the meeting point for 4 branches. The currents entering are I1 and I2. This I1 and I2 are current entering, and this I3 and I4 are leaving the node. That means current leaving. So always remember that for entering currents we assign the value positive. For current leaving we will assign the value negative. So we can say current entering equals to current leaving. So I1 plus I2 equals to I3 plus I4 by this expression also, or we can write that summation of I equals to 0. That means I1 plus I2, they are positive and positive I2, and this is leaving, so minus I3 and minus I4 will be equal to 0, and which will get I1 plus I2 equals to I3 plus I4 only. This expression only. Okay. So here one question is there. Here this is the node. Suppose this is node Y, where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 branches are meeting at this point, and we have to calculate this I6. Okay, we will do this with this expression. If it is current entering, then we will write positive. If it is current leaving, then we will write negative. Okay, so take I1. I1 is entering, so positive 2. I2 is leaving, so minus 3. I3 is entering, so plus 4. I4 is entering, so 3. I5 is again entering or incoming, then 1. And I6 is leaving, so 0. Okay. So this will be this plus 2 minus 3 minus 1 plus 4, 3 plus 3, 6 plus 1, 7. That means I6 value will be 7 ampere. And in this way, by using this KCL or Kirchhoff's current law, we can easily find out the unknown current. Okay. The next question is find the value of this current I shown in the diagram. This I current, the value of this I current, we have to find here. This is the node, say X node, at which these 4 branches are meeting. Okay. This is the 1 ampere is incoming, so positive. 2 ampere is outgoing, so negative. This 4 ampere outgoing, so negative. And this one is incoming, so positive. So using Kirchhoff's current law, we can write currents coming is equal to current leaving the node, okay, at node X. So incoming currents are this I. So I plus 1 equals to leaving currents are 4 ampere is leaving and 2 ampere is leaving. So 2 plus 4. This I plus 1 equals to 2 plus 4 is 6. So I will be 6 minus 1 is equal to 5 ampere. This is the required current. Or you can solve with this method also. Summation of I incoming or outgoing equals to 0 at node X. So this will be the incoming 1 ampere, so plus 1, outgoing 2, so minus 2, outgoing 4, so minus 4, and incoming I is plus I equals to 0. Summation of all currents will be equal to 0. So this 1 minus 2, minus 1, minus 1 minus 5, minus 5. So I minus 5 equal to 0, which is equal to I equal to 5 ampere. In this way you can also solve this question. This is the next question. Here, these are the different branches given and the corresponding current flowing through the branches is mentioned. Here we have to find this value of current I. Okay, so start from here. This is a 2 ampere is coming here. Okay, so 2 ampere is coming. So, and 1 ampere at this point it is distributing from these two branches. Distributing at this point. This is 2 ampere. This is 2 ampere is coming. At this point it is distributing. So 1 ampere is going here. From this path 1 ampere is going. That means remaining 1 ampere is going through this path. So 2 ampere, 1 ampere going through this path and 1 ampere is going through this path. Now at this point 1 ampere is coming, 2 ampere is coming. So outgoing is only one path. So 1 ampere is coming, 2 ampere is coming. So this will be the 3 ampere. Okay. Now this 3 ampere is coming from here. 3 ampere is coming and 1 ampere is going outside. So this will be remaining 2 ampere. Because 3 ampere is coming, 1 ampere is leaving. So this will be at this point 2 ampere is leaving this node. Here 1 ampere is coming and 1 ampere is leaving. Totally 1 ampere is leaving through this path. So here current will be 0 ampere. So this 2 ampere and 0 ampere are coming at this node. So the current flowing through this branch will be sum of these two. Is 0 plus 2. So I equals to 0 plus 2 equals to 2 ampere. So this is the required value of current 2 ampere. In this way also, using KCL we can find the required value of current through any branch or required value of unknown current. Okay. Now this is the question which is your today's task. Try this question in which this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 branches are mentioned and we have to find this I value. Okay, and let me know the answer in the comment section below. Okay, I hope you are getting the concepts. Okay, you have any doubt regarding any topic, you can write in comment section. Okay, so this is all about our today's session. In the next session we will discuss the nodal analysis. Okay, so till then stay tuned and keep learning. Thank you.